Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
When it comes to partying with the diddler, celebrities are slowly learning.
It may cost you a little. It may cost you a lot. But it will cost you.
So demand letters have gone out to some of the biggest names in Hollywood regarding those who have actually partied with Diddy, and some of those party goers who have been listed in some of Tony Busby's 120 lawsuits have settled out of court to make sure they do not receive the same fate as the diddler. We're going to break down everything that's going on and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So according to Tony Busby, it seems like some of Diddy's A-list friends are quietly paying off victims to avoid being publicly named in lawsuits related to Diddy's SA cases. Attorney Tony Busby came out in a press conference last week saying that he has 120 victims that are naming not only Diddy but a lot of his friends, and those friends were said to be some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and the things that they were being accused of was probably going to end up making them bunkies with Diddy.
Understand?
They put their hands on you.
Busby ended up putting his P. Diddy hotline out, and this is what happened when I called.
Thank you for calling the Sean P. Diddy Combs Abuse Helpline. This call is being recorded. We understand the strength and courage it takes to come forward. Any information you provide will be kept completely confidential, but we expect full honesty in order to properly assist you with your potential case. By staying on the line, you agree to provide accurate information to the best of your knowledge under penalty of perjury. Please hold for the next available representative.
According to Busby, this hotline received over 12,000 calls in the first 24 hours of them opening it. Now, Busby took to TMZ today and he said big celebrities on the level of Diddy are going to be sued for allegedly helping him carry out and cover up SAs unless they settle out of court first. The Houston-based attorney joined us Monday on TMZ Live, and we asked him what we should be expecting from his forthcoming lawsuits against Diddy, specifically if other major celebrities would be named as defendants too. Busby said a bunch of famous people everyone has heard of are going to be sued by his law firm in the coming weeks, and he's already sent out demand letters giving these celebs the chance to pony up a lot of money to settle and avoid a public lawsuit. My thing is this: if they've done wrong, if they've seen Diddy do wrong, let's go ahead and put them up on the chopping block. Let's let people know who they are, because they're not going to do anything but continue to do it again. Save these kids, save these people. Now, according to Busby, some celebrities have already settled. The way Busby sees this case, anyone involved with Diddy's alleged essays should be on the hook here, and that includes folks who participated in the assaults, helped them happen, went to the parties where they knew people were being drugged and assaulted, saw crimes being committed and remained silent, or helped cover up the assaults. Now, TMZ asked Busby straight up if these upcoming lawsuits are just about people trying to cash in by claiming to be one of Diddy's assault victims, and he says that his firm is doing a lot of due diligence to weed out folks looking to hop on the gravy train. Busby is representing 120 victims, but he says his firm fielded a few thousand calls from people claiming they were victimized by Diddy.
Tony, you said last week at the news conference that you would begin filing lawsuits as early as this week. Do you have plans to do so? And do they involve celebrities? Do they involve just Diddy, people beyond Diddy?
I think I'll let the lawsuits speak for themselves. I don't expect there to be anything. You know, everyone's focused on what other celebrities were involved. You know, who's going to be named, who's going to be outed. I don't expect that to happen this week. I'm hoping to file some lawsuits this week. They of course will include Mr. Combs and some corporate entities. But we want to make sure that you know, if we name individuals beyond Mr. Combs, that we make sure that we've done our homework, because it's going to create a firestorm. We understand that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's.
Tony, you said something interesting there. You said, I don't expect that to happen this week. So that sounds like there could be other people named, other famous people named down the road. I know you said this is going to be a process over the next 30 days of filing these lawsuits. So are you saying not this week, but maybe in the weeks coming after this one?
I would expect so. I really don't want to get into a situation where people are, if I don't file a lawsuit next week, then, there's that creates a media frenzy. The truth is, I want to be clear about something. If you were attending one of these parties, if you will, and you attended before, or you knew what was going to happen, that is, you knew that a particular drug was being used in drinks that was causing people to be coerced and taken advantage of, and you were there in the room, or you participated, or you watched it happen and didn't say anything, or you helped cover it up, in my view, you have a problem. And as we file each one of these cases, we're going to make an effort to resolve them on the front end. But failing that, we're going to file public lawsuits and pursue these cases aggressively. So who will be named, when they will be named, all that will come out in due course. But the bottom line is, I want to be clear about the scope of this. A lot of people attended these parties. A lot of people saw this activity going on. A lot of people allowed it to go on, said nothing, didn't intervene, maybe benefited from it, profited from it. All of these individuals and entities, in my view, have exposure here.
Are we talking about celebrities on the level of Diddy?
I would expect so, yes.
Have you sent any demand letters out to anybody other than Diddy saying, here's what you've done, we want to settle with you, or we're going to file a lawsuit? Have you sent any to, say, other celebrities beyond Diddy?
We have, and I want to explain that process because it's important. In every single case, especially cases like this, we collect our data, collect our evidence, do our due diligence, spend time with the victim, and then because it's in the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of a public lawsuit. And we have done that already. We've done that, I would say, with a handful of individuals, many of which you've heard of before, and we'll continue to do that. That's just the standard process that every lawyer in the United States who handles these types of cases uses, because it's the right way to do it.
But there are also people who want to jump on the gravy train and want to make money, and that's got to be a big slice of what you're getting. I mean, it's not just automatically believing somebody because they say it.
No, Harvey, I think you're right. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. You get 3,200 calls and that turns into 100 some odd clients. I think you see the process that we're involved in. We're doing a lot of vetting, a lot of due diligence.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
I don't know why, but it's irritating my soul just for the simple fact that people can pay money and then go on about their lives and continue to do what they're doing. If you helped Diddy, if you drugged some of these individuals, you need to go down right along with them. And in the midst of everyone going against Diddy, his mother, of course, is going to come to his aid. His mother, Janice Combs, had this to say: "I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court, to finally share his side and to prove his innocence. I am not here to portray my son as perfect, because he is not. He has made mistakes in his past, as we all have. My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex-girlfriend when the hotel surveillance footage showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when the truth is outside of the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son, interpreting it as an admission of guilt. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what society considers to be a good person. History has showed us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions or mistakes. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions without ever hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to present his side. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit, so they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. False allegations of sexual assault thwart true victims of sexual violence from getting the justice they deserve. To make matters worse, the federal government is now using these lies to prosecute my son. This injustice has been unbearable for our family. The worst part of the ordeal is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity, not for what he did, but for what people chose to believe about him. I ask his supporters, fans, colleagues, friends, and the public to not judge him before you've had the chance to hear his side. I beg you to think about those who have been wrongly prosecuted, to remember that not everyone who made mistakes in life deserved to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserves the chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I am alive to see him speak his truth and be vindicated. Respectfully submitted on behalf of Janice Small Combs and the Combs' family. It be the mamas like that don't see their child doing no wrong that be the main reason why they in that situation. But what I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about these A-list celebrities paying to not be prosecuted alongside Diddy? Also, what do you think about Mama Combs saying what she had to say and taking up for her baby boy? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.